Welcome again to our Lenten Devotional series, Again and Again from Sanctified Art. Today we begin with a poem written by Reverend Sarah Ari, entitled Peaceful Protest. I wonder if Jesus could feel his heartbeat in his throat the way I do when I'm afraid. I wonder if he had to take deep breaths in through his nose, out through his mouth, tricking his body into a state of calm. I wonder if he was nauseous, like I am, when I'm headed into a hard conversation. I wonder if he had to summon his courage, tucking fear away so that he could hold on to what mattered most with both hands. I wonder, because time has taught us that it is not uncommon for a peaceful protest to start or end with an unjust death. So I wonder, did he know? Was he afraid? Did anyone see it? I want to hold on to what matters most with both hands. The Gospel of John, beginning with the 12th chapter. 6 days before the Passover, Jesus came to Bethany, the home of Lazarus, whom he had raised from the dead. There they gave a dinner for him. Martha served, and Lazarus was one of those at the table with him. Mary took a pound of costly perfume made of pure nard, anointed Jesus' feet, and wiped them with her hair. The house was filled with the fragrance of the perfume. But Judas Iscariot, one of the disciples, the one who was about to betray him, said, "Why was this perfume not sold for 300 denarii and the money given to the poor?" He said this not because he cared about the poor, but because he was a thief. He kept the common purse and used to steal what was put into it. Jesus said, "Leave her alone. She bought it so she might keep it for the day of my burial. You always have the poor with you, but you do not always have me." When the great crowd of the Jews learned that he was there, they came not only because of Jesus, but also to see Lazarus, whom he had raised from the dead. So the chief priests planned to put Lazarus to death as well, since it was on the account of him that many of the Jews were deserting and were believing in Jesus. The next day, the great crowd had come to the festival, heard that Jesus was coming to Jerusalem. So they took branches of palm trees and went out to meet him, shouting, "Hosanna! Blessed is the one who comes in the name of the Lord, the King of Israel." Jesus found a young donkey and sat on it, as it is written, "Do not be afraid, daughter of Zion. Look, your king is coming, sitting on a donkey's colt." His disciples did not understand these things at first, but when Jesus was glorified, then they remembered that these things had been written of him and had been done to him. So the crowd that had been with him when he called Lazarus out of the tomb and raised him from the dead continued to testify. It was also because they heard that he had performed this sign that the crowd went to meet him. The Pharisees then said to one another, "You see, you can do nothing. Look, the world has gone after him." A commentary from the Reverend Denise Anderson. Lights, camera, action. We begin the high drama of Holy Week with a reading in 3 parts. Lights. In John's Gospel, the role of the sometimes mysterious woman who anoints Jesus before his death belongs to Mary, sister of Martha and Lazarus, whom Jesus resurrected from death. Judas objects to the act's expense, but Jesus points out that there are still opportunities to address poverty, if that's Judas's desire, but we know it's not. The spotlight is on someone we now understand as a scoundrel, who would later play a major role in the crucifixion plot. Everyone's motivations are exposed, and the week's events foreshadowed. Camera. The word photography comes from the Greek words for light and writing. Essentially, photography draws the light, and cameras are modeled after the construction of the human eye. All eyes right now are on Jesus. That's a problem for the chief priests, who set their eyes on Lazarus to undermine Jesus. We witness what is both secret and open. Action. Everything is now set into motion. Jesus' entry into Jerusalem is a spectacle. It's a protest, a counter-narrative to the empire's extravagance and repression. It happens opposite the Roman governor's own parade into Jerusalem for the Passover. It's the people's declaration of a different reign. The use of a donkey is messianic imagery. This is political theater. It would ramp up the plots against Jesus' life. Courage derives from the Latin word cor, which means heart. When we consider the full Palm Sunday picture, these are frightful times. So much is happening that is both hopeful and terrifying. Tensions and tears are plentiful. But the Word will remind us to take heart. Again and again, we take heart amid the drama. The script is unsettling, but we have not yet reached the end.